Hi there, Taurus. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for December. You can't keep all of the people happy all of the time, and I do think it's a mantra that you should bear in mind, certainly at the very start of this month. There is a complex right angle between the Sun and Saturn and Neptune in the first few days, which can particularly prove this. When around a group dynamic, or even around a love relationship, there could be quite a lot of jealousy and possessiveness boiling around in the background. And if this undercurrent is not something that you want to be part of, it can really knock the stuffing out of you and see you a little bit disillusioned about the people that you're most close to. What you can do, however, is just step back a little bit and be determined to understand that although you can commit to situations and your joint resources are very important, you also have a right to move back from those as well. And if you do feel unsure about how to go in the very early days of this month, it really wouldn't be a surprise if you just gave it a few days, because I do feel once the quarter moon's gone by on the 3rd, which occurs in Virgo, which is an earthing location for you, that too can cause a little bit of similar kind of confusion, but it's the move of your ruler Venus on the 5th, which is really going to be the key point for you this month, because it's going to be there right through till the 29th of December. And this is the most gracious location that your ruling planet Venus can occupy in the whole year. It's going to help you to just understand people's motives a little bit more, to be calm, and to relate to people in a very even-handed way, to add a little bit of harmony to even situations which seem a little turbulent. But that doesn't mean to say that you should bend over backwards to keep any kind of relationship or group dynamic on track if you feel it has run its course. And the stars at the start of this month do point towards some things coming to a close. It may be some form of income. It may be your attitude towards money needs to alter. Perhaps you need to be a little bit more selfish, or perhaps you need to be a bit more generous. It just depends on your unique circumstances. But I do feel that Venus is going to provide some real magic this month, unquestionably. But there is also a square between Mercury and Jupiter in the first week of this month. Now Mercury, for you, is urging you to scratch beneath the surface, to drill down into the detail, especially around anything financial. And Jupiter is in a very joyful part of your horoscope, and again that can bring out your exuberance, and this could see you spending money, particularly on Christmas presents, but I would say keep down the line of caution. I think that's going to make you feel, even though you do love the good things in life and you love treats and luxuries, generally, I would say try to just trim off your expenditure a little bit until you get used to the influence of Saturn more, because it is going to be squared up with Neptune throughout this month still. It's broad, it's not exact like it was right at the end of November, but it's close enough still to have an impact. And it could be that how you want life to be, or how you'd like something to be, is not really how it is. And the more you try to pretend it is and not face the reality, the bigger the problem could become. So just be conscious of that. Now there is a fantastic link, or a very supercharged link, between Mars and Uranus in week 2 of this month, which could see you very impulsive. And I think to handle that best of all, I think it's important to understand that Mars is in a part of your horoscope which is asking you to be self-sacrificing. Uranus is in a more psychological area. But you could suddenly get the desire to do something, or break free of some kind of restriction. It depends. For example, if too much stuff tends to get piled on your shoulders around arrangements, you may find yourself wanting to stage something of a strike, and in quite a forceful way. But Venus is there to help you put across your point. Even if there's an iron fist, you can put it across with your velvet glove. So remember, charm and diplomacy are going to be important. Also, Mercury moves on the 10th into a great location for you because it helps you to think about things differently, to feel that things aren't quite so intense. And if you are travelling anywhere over the seasonal celebrations, this is a great transit for you to enjoy, because if you do find yourself in different locations or with different people, this is going to give you the communicational skills to enjoy it. Now, the Sun itself is going to square up to Jupiter in week 3, so once more you're reminded about the need for caution around your resources. But the switch of the Sun, which occurs on the 22nd, well, that again joins up with Mercury in Capricorn, and it's all about really enjoying the Christmas festivities. I think you can find yourself really feeling much more sense of joie de vivre just as you go into that final week. It's true that on Christmas Day itself there is a full moon. Words can be a little bit more supercharged. Choose yours with care, especially if there's that situation over the festive period where someone is trying your patience. On Boxing Day, Uranus ends a 5.5 month backward journey, which is not going to be a particularly noticeable event, I don't feel, but for you, because it's locked in the more psychological side part of your situation, you could just start to feel a little less restless. Now, as the year comes to a close, Venus, your ruler, moves into the most passionate part of your scope. And if you're lucky enough to be in a relationship which is going well, you and your partner could enjoy a very memorable New Year celebration when you can rekindle the early magic, the sensual connection you had when you first met. If your relationship matters are not so much to the fore in your thinking, Venus's move at the very end of this year does trigger the potential for a little bit of fortune around some finances. So, financial planning and self-discipline are going to be important this month, but the month could still end on a high. It's been a real pleasure being with you, wishing you a very happy Christmas, and good luck and goodbye for now.